Don't tell me you're too busy to achieve your goals. Okay, now obviously I'm being a bit overly harsh, but I do think, although it's very harsh, for some of us, there is some truth to it. A good friend of mine, his name is Tom Nosk, and he's a very successful entrepreneur and content creator, typically posts videos every week. But I believe this last week or the week before, his brand new house that he bought with his wife and dog just got flooded. So just imagine wherever you are right now, imagine water just being filled everywhere. Like that's what he's going through in his house. Obviously he's going through a lot. He's been having to contact insurance and figuring out where he's going to live next, if he's even going to live there, I don't know. But there's a lot happening and it could be very easy for him to take a pause on things, to slow down and to label himself as too busy or having too much going on to continue his normal routine. But what I'm seeing from him is something so surprising but also inspiring, because I expected him not to post for at least a month, because that would be reasonable. Like that would make sense. Like if you have something that drastic happen in your life, like it's understandable for someone to have to take a break. But to see him continue to post, he literally just posted today, and to see him continue to post and share his story, share how he's moving through this tough time, and share how he's pushing through, it's very inspiring. And it's also a reminder that no matter what you go through, oftentimes if you want something bad enough, you can do it and you can continue to take action towards it. And I bet there's people worse off than him, people that have had it worse and done it better. They were going through tough things, but they still ended up pushing through just like him. And I think many times it's easy for us to look at our circumstances and think, oh man, like I'm too busy. I don't have enough time. I don't have the right circumstances. And it's like, yes, a part of that may be right. And there's also a possibility for you to succeed anyway. And when I think about that mindset of no matter what is thrown my way, no matter what obstacle I face, like I can move forward in faith and make the best of what's in front of me no matter what, and trust God through the process. I think that is so powerful, and I'm just very inspired to hear stories like him and to see that, because he's got a 7-figure business going on, and he's actually has a cohort it's supposed to be going on within the next month. And he's going through a sale right now, and there are tons of people signing up, and he could have easily, everybody would have understood. They would have been like, okay, like you're good because we understand the flood. He could have easily postponed it, but he's telling his team and telling us that he wants to move forward with it and continue to do it anyway and serve the people that have signed up for that program. And even on the YouTube side, on the free side, he's continuing to post despite all the madness he's going through. And when I see that, it's just like, what excuse do you have? I make so many excuses to myself and make so many excuses as to why I can't post or why I can't take more action towards the things I need to do. And I am far from doing what I could be doing, but like seeing that and seeing his work ethic is very inspiring. And by sharing this, I hope this inspires you guys to take more action towards your stuff as well. But as a disclaimer, keep in mind, like this message isn't for everybody. I'm saying this as someone who's single, who isn't married, who doesn't have kids, who doesn't have most adult responsibilities yet. And if you're in the same boat, you are exactly who I'm talking to in this message. Because if you are like me, if you aren't married, if you don't have a house, if you don't have kids yet, you have probably the most time you will ever have. And so if you find yourself making excuses now and telling yourself you don't have enough time to pursue the goals that you want, you're never gonna get it. And I know this because there are many adults that I look to, entrepreneurs I look up to online, who are making it happen, who, despite all that they're going through, they make it happen and they're able to provide for their families. They're able to stay healthy, keep a fit body, able to eat right on a day-to-day basis, able to be consistent in their relationship with God. They're able to go to church week to week, able to have daily Bible studies with their kids. It's just so many things that we think aren't possible, but are possible. And oftentimes we think, oh man, like if I want to lock in on my business, I guess I gotta cut the gym. Like I guess I can't eat as healthy. I guess I gotta slack on that. Or it's like, oh, if I really want to lock in on my gym, I guess I gotta stop spending so much time with my family. Like I gotta cut them off. And it's like, yes, there's a balance to life and we want to have. We don't want to be spreading ourselves too thin and not acting or not moving at a high level everywhere we go. But if you're someone that's striving for greatness, you also don't want to be one-dimensional. My coach likes to call it one-dimensional dummies. And it's where a lot of people are often good in one area of their life, but sacrifice the rest of it. If you think about the bodybuilder, like maybe he's really good at keeping his image straight, right? But maybe his relationship with his wife or his kids like isn't as good and he's not present with them. Or on the flip side, one could be very successful with their business, but when you look at the way he eats on a day-to-day basis or how often he goes to the gym, it's like he's cooked. Like it's not there. But the more I'm learning, I'm realizing the have it all lifestyle is attainable. And this doesn't mean our worth or our purpose is tied into having it all, into how much money we make, how good our faith is, how good our relationship with our wife is, or how ripped we look. Like it's not tied into all of that. But it is possible. And it is something we can strive for, because the more I think about it, when I think about loving God and loving people, the more I love God, the more I am inclined to love myself and other people. And when I love other people, such as my future wife or future kids or people around me, I'm going to want to provide for them. And that's going to take money, not only financially, but emotionally. And if I want to provide for them emotionally, I'm going to take time to learn how to communicate and be a better listener, be more humble. Or it can go into my health. Like if I really want to be someone who has lifetime athleticism and is there for his grandkids and can outrun them any time of day, like he's probably going to be someone that's in the gym, right? He's going to be someone who's going to the gym and eating right to stay around for his future kids, for the future generation. Just the more I think about it, it's all very connected. And so that is a life I am hoping to build and am building right now as I live, or at least making the best of what's in front of me right now. And if that's something that you are interested in doing too, I'm actually going to link a program that I'm doing. It's completely free. And it's actually teaching me a lot of these things and helping me step into having that have it all lifestyle, a lifestyle that's driven not by selfish ambition, but what Ruslan likes to say, God-driven ambition, where everything that you do is for the glory of God, whether it be for your family, for your body, for your finances, for your community, anything that you do, all of it can reach a level where you are thriving in all four of those dimensions. And obviously I have not mastered that yet, but it's something that I'm learning to. And this message of you're not too busy isn't for everyone, but if you are someone like me who's single, not married, doesn't have kids, you have the most time in your life that you will ever have. And to say that you're too busy or don't have enough time to hit your goals is probably on the false side, because if you truly want the goals that you say you do, if you can't do it now, when you have the most time you'll ever have, you're probably not going to be able to do it later. When you're waking up with kids crawling on your back telling you to get up, or when you come home and you have to clean after your son's mess, or when you get up in the middle of the night and your crying daughter wakes you up and you gotta, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a parent yet, so I wouldn't know. But I do know there's a lot of things I don't know, and there's gonna be a lot of things that are gonna surprise me and take up a lot of my time. But that stuff hasn't happened yet, and I'll leave that for future David to deal with. But as for now, I have a lot of the time that future David doesn't have. So I gotta make the best of it. Same thing for you. And so if you're someone who's fairly chilling for the most part, you don't have kids, your house isn't flooding, and you know you can do some things and take more action on some things, I think now's the time. So for some, this may come off as harsh, but I really do think it's a firm but encouraging reminder to press into the time that you have and make the best of it. Because if you can't do it now, you aren't going to be able to do it later.